Yeah, this is a story about Jade, a woman that I know. Used to work in London as a fittings model. Life's moving fast, I mean full throttle. Story so wild she could write a novel. Hopeless romantic, wishing for a fairy tale love. Somebody who's dark and handsome, about to travel around the world. We taking the quest, stay tuned to find out what Jade did next.
Oh yeah, I'm just dancing to my theme tune. What Jade did next, bruh. I got a jingle, Yeah, treated myself, didn't I? Thought I'd raise my game. Don't know what you guys think. I think it's a bit of a professional outfit. It raises me up the old social media hierarchy. At least one rung. Come on now. Yeah, the Fresh Prince of Cambridge is back. Thanks for tuning in. Basically, it's been 3.5 months since I did the last episode. And yeah, I needed something to get excited about. So there we go. I got a jingle, got myself a little animation. And yeah, it's kept me quite amused, to be honest with you. Not that I could take much credit for it, but I was creative director on the whole process. So I hope you like it. Probably going to get sick of that in a couple of episodes' time. But hey ho, episode 2. Let's jump straight in. Alrighty? Last time I left you, I was staring homelessness in the face. So let's see what happens next. Chapter 2, where our story really begins. Picture the scene. Or if you have less imagination, enjoy the standard toilet selfie sequence below. And for those of you that are listening, that is 6 photos where I progressively get more and more aggressive as the selfie sort of like voguing continues. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Face bingo. I can't hold a pose for very long, which is a problem when you're a model. It's got to be said. So yeah, it starts off quite smiley, pouty, then just increasingly gets more aggressive and crazy. Yeah, it's not pretty, is what we're trying to say. Anyway, it's a rare night out in the West End of London for my friend Carrie and I, the cheesy part of town we had long grown out of. However, I needed to let my hair down and had been invited out by promoter friend Richard, one of those dire first dates I'd met earlier in the year. I'm only joking, Rich. You were one of my favourites. Ha! Actually, I'm going to retract that. You weren't one of my favourites, but you were very pleasant. Okay? There wasn't much to write home about. Did get a snog out of you though, didn't I, in Itsu, in the toilet? I don't know what, you followed me in the disabled toilet? You did. Anyway, so he invites us to Cuckoo Club with the promise of vodka and, more importantly, a bowl of wholesome pasta on the dance floor at 3 a.m. Yeah, baby. That's how this club rolls. It's my kind of gig. You're not wrong. Whilst inside, I bumped an old friend Ali, whom I hadn't seen much of over the preceding years, but in 2011, 5 years earlier, had a spate of random getaways together with hordes of other like-minded hedonists partying across the Balearics from Ibiza to Palma via a curious pit stop in Taunton, Somerset. Yeah, I went through this phase where I was weekending all over Europe at least once a month. And often with this group, I mean, I was really big on the brunch scene. There's loads of like Europeans and Americans, all jetting off, you know, trying to explore Europe. And I think, yeah, I was like one of the only English people. But yeah, it was great. I loved it. Normally you find myself on a boat. I do love a boat. Anyway, haven't seen that crew in ages because I've been in a relationship, so I got a little bit boring. Anyway, Ali tells me he's going to Burning Man the following month, and my ears prick up massively. I would love to go to Burning Man, I gush. And Ali, as cool as ever, tells me if I find a ticket, he will sort out the rest, which is important because you need to have a camp and you need, like, there's a lot of logistics that go on with Burning Man. Accommodation and all the rest of it. It's tricky. So fast forward 3 days, and not only does Ali indeed sort out the rest, he actually finds me a ticket as well. So this guy's a ledge. I owe him a lot. Thank you, Ali. And he finds me a ticket from Simona. Simona is the fastest talking, tiniest, blondest little Italiana I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. And once she found time in her similarly fast and fast lifestyle to meet with me for half an hour, I was smitten. Without hesitation, she recruited me into her Burning Man gang, affectionately referring to me as Virgin J throughout. And that was it. I was officially a burner in waiting. Coincidentally, one of my good friends, Tam, was heading out to LA the week prior, and so throwing caution in the opposite direction of my bank account, I agreed to what eventually becomes a 3.5-week interstate voyage of the west coast of the US. Having never taken more than a week off work, asking for that amount of time off was nerve-wracking. But I told them to treat it as a one-off and pretend I was getting married, as that clearly was never going to happen anyway. Well, we're still hoping. It might still happen. But, I mean, it's weird. I'm self-employed, so I can take time off when I want. But you kind of think you have that flexibility, but in reality, they do replace you for that time you're away, and they might just like the replacement. I mean, I'd been at Riverine at that point and Tesco for the best part of 10 years. So, you know, I was feeling pretty comfy, but you just don't know. So I have hesitated in the past taking long breaks. So I don't, you know, no one else gets the chance to get their claws in, yeah, and become the new human doner kebab, which is basically what my job is, just trying on clothes and turning around in super slow-mo. I will do an article soon on what fit modelling is, because I think a few people might be confused. But I did explain it in the last episode, but I just try on clothes basically and make sure they fit. And it's a good job. You don't really, you know, you don't want to relinquish it. But I realised this was an opportunity. You know, I'd wanted to go to Burning Man for a long time, but never really knew how to go about it or anything. So I'm a yes woman. Someone is offering it to me on a plate, a very expensive plate. I'm going to take it. And so I did. So with only 4 weeks till I fly, my wallet feeling the pinch, and not a home in sight for young Virgin Jade, I decided to do what all good middle-class homeless adults do. And I go knocking on mummy and daddy's door for refuge. At this point, I'm beyond caring for what is basically a fruitless search for non-bank busting, decent accommodation in central London. So I figure I will suss it out once refreshed upon my return and get a couple of months rent-free in the process. With that said, I also go on an insane eBay spending spree in prep for the festival, which sees much of that benefit disappear in only a few short clicks. But hey, what's you gonna do? Man needs a filter mask, goggles, tutu, camelback, a new bike. Yeah, I had to buy a brand new mountain bike. 208 quid. Rode that for a week. See you later, baby. Never saw that again. This bucket list destination is far from cheap, peeps. Like, it's crazy. Thousands. Because you've got all the items, that you've got the accommodation, the camp, obviously the travel to get there, and then all the supplies you need. Like, I bought like a massive like canister of apple cider vinegar. I didn't open it once. Yeah, the lists they send you, what you need, is crazy. Anyway, you got to do it. Throw caution to the wind. Off we go. So, 1 month of excitedly opening eBay parcels and dancing around the front room in an unspeakable amount of LED lights passed by in a literal flashing flash. That's because everything I bought had LEDs on. Like, literally all of my outfits were like lit up. Watch, hat, backpack, tutu, shoes. I sewed like these lights into the back of my coat. That's lit. I don't think I put any photos in here. I need to update. I've got some lovely photos of me trying all this stuff on at home, looking like an absolute tool. I'll definitely share that. So before you know it, I'm winging my way to the City of Angels. And what happens next is flipping ace. I like to think my writing has improved a bit. It's been flipping ace. Tam, her super connected friends and I tear shit up, bitches. We hit Soho House in Malibu and Hollywood. We dine at Uber exclusive Chateau Maman. Shake our tush at One Oak. Not actually sure if that's cool anymore, but whatever. And we hang out with celebs, including Spider-Man himself, Tobey Maguire. Nice guy. Not that talkative, but nice guy. And I actually eat some of their leftovers, including Seth MacFarlane's apple cobbler. Yep. He wasn't eating it. I don't like waste. I'll have that, son. Thank you very much. He was happy with it. Thank you, Mr. McFarlane. We watch horror movies while sat on the graves of the rich and famous. That's actually an organised event at Forever Hollywood Cemetery. By the way, that's not just some sort of sick dare. Yeah, amazing, like big screen, picnic and all the rest of it. Amazing. And the best bit, we get chatted up a lot. Londoners take note, but seriously, Americans, very little shame, just straight on there. If they see something they like, no qualms about making that known. I even got Hilary Swank's ex digits whilst queuing for a vitamin drip. Yeah. We basically are just having the time of our life. I'm like freaking out. Like, this is amazing. Like the land of opportunity. I mean, beyond the men, it's just the rooftops, the sun, the fun. I just loved it. I was totally sold on it. We were having the time of our lives. This really is concrete jungle where dreams are made of. Or is it? Hang on a minute. I think you'll find that's New York. But anyway, you get my drift. It's land of hope and dreams. despite the fact that Trump was and still remains at the time of writing very much a real candidate for the presidential job. But let's overlook that for a honky-tonky second. Yeah, we can't overlook that now. That happened. And now we're actually facing a second term. So, sad times. So that's it. I think I gotta get my ass to LA. Meet some eligible bachelors, stumble across some new opportunities, whilst also whiling away some hours in Venice Beach and gorging myself stupid in Abbott's Kinney's flurry of vegan-friendly restaurants. This is a bit of me, Tam and I both chant as we stroll around secretly husband hunting. So the plan hath hatcheth. I'm going to quit my job, I think to myself. So there you go. Already the seeds have been sown. And here we go. There's a nice video of me. I don't know if you can really call it twerking, but I'm shaking my booty in a bikini next to Jessica Zor of Gossip Girl fame and Jessica Stam, a model. So not comparing very favourably, but still, there's a little video there if you are interested. 10 perfect days in Hollywood soon come to an end, and before you know it, I'm saying my goodbyes, but then also in quick succession, my hellos. Say howdy, folks, to BM Dream Team 2016. A bunch of absolute superstar hero type incredible humans. Honestly, never did one lowly fit model from the Fens get so bloody lucky. And it's true, they're gorgeous. Got Christine, Scott, Pete, Simona and I. Frank is missing. And a box of absinthe, which never got drunk. Obviously, because it's rank. Anyway, so off we toddle to the one and only Black Rock City. Now, I could attempt to go into great detail here, describing every aspect of my time dancing and biking my way around the middle of the Nevadan desert, but it wouldn't do it justice. It is quite frankly way too vast, varied and extreme to even attempt. Just know that it's a sensational sensory overload on all of your faculties, and is literally a feast for your eyes at every blink and angle possible. And that's just the start. The art and costumery, don't get me started. And the people, it's where humanity shines in all its blazing glory. If only we could share that compassion with our fellow man on a daily basis. That's my only woe. It is true. Like, it's just beautiful. Like, I'd be cycling along and someone would just chuck a chalk ice in my mouth. Thanks. Well recognised. Thank you very much. It's just wonderful. Like, I can't even say. It's just love everywhere. Like, especially as me as a solo person, I was pretty much there solo as well. Like, I was in the gang, but I would go off on my own adventures. And you could just walk into any camp, anyone, say hello, and just be welcome wholeheartedly. And why not? We're all humans. It's like ants. You know how ants, they all like crawl around, they say hello to each other. It's like that. Like, why not? Let's not live like that. Let's all just love one another and welcome and be wonderful. So yeah, I had loads of cool adventures. So I had like a yes day where I just go out and say yes to everything. Which is how I think I talk about that in the next chapter. I nearly end up in an orgy. And then one day where I'm just like, I will go to wherever I hear the best music. So I was constantly just, following Michael Jackson tracks around town. Anything that superseded the current track I was into, I was there. So yeah, it was great. It's just a really giving, amazing environment. People are wonderful. And it's just a bit of me, Like when I walk down the street here, I'm smiling and laughing at everyone, and not everyone responds, but there everyone does. It's a real sense of unity. And there's no reason, I don't think, why we can't live like that every day, but sadly, that's not the case. For anyone vaguely interested, here are a few piss poor photos from my week in the desert. And there's plenty of photos on there. And they're all, as I said, piss poor. Because I was too busy having a great time. Quite frankly, photography wasn't high on my agenda. And of course, the all-important cliffhanger. Anyway, the defining moment of my festival, and what really brings me to starting and writing this very blog here today, happened within only a few short minutes early on in the week. My second night, to be precise. Ooh, I wonder what happens. Who knows? I do. I know. I'm not going to fall into that trap again this week. When I go, I wonder what happens. No, you can wonder. I can know. I know what happens next. So yeah, that's it, gang. I hope you are on tenterhooks. What happens on my second night? Ooh. Stay tuned. Hopefully, I will get this next one out this week. That would be amazing. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, as always. Nice to see you nice. And see you next time.